Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'm going to share with you a few tips for organizing your small kitchen. I used budget-friendly stuff to organize everything. I also upcycled things that I already have at home and use it to store my food in my pantry. And before I start the video, I want you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow me on social media and click on the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. First I'm going to show you how I upcycled these juice bottles. They're made out of glass, so they are perfect for storage food. I'm just gonna jazz it up a little bit so that it's nice and beautiful in the pantry. Now, of course, before you store anything in them, you have to wash them very well and let them dry completely. I used these bottles to store all kinds of rice, beans, chickpeas, lentils, and so on. So here I will be needing a marker, some colored gift paper, a colored tape, a pen, and some small white stickers. So to make the lids beautiful, you can paint them with regular paint, the color that you prefer, or you can spray paint them, or you can do like I did. I covered mine with colored paper. I chose the color gold. Now here I could have used glue to glue the paper to the lid, but it was okay. I tucked them inside the edges of the lid and they stayed nicely. After that I cut a piece of the tape and I stuck it on the bottle and I wrote on it the content. Now the following step is very important. I'm gonna take the white stickers and I'm gonna write on them the expiry date of the food inside the bottle. Then I'm gonna stick them underneath so that I know when this kind of food expires. And that's it. I'm gonna do the same thing with the rest of the bottles I have until I finish them all. Then I can arrange them in the pantry. Now my shelves are small and I don't have too much space, so I had to put them that way. And if I want, for example, the rice from the back, simply I just remove the bottle in the front, get what I want, and then put everything back in their places. Now I'm gonna organize the opened bags. So of course, after I filled my bottles, I have leftover left in the bags, and this is how it looked like. I know it was a mess, but I just grabbed this wooden box from the dollar store and I arranged in it all the opened bags I have. Then I cut a piece of cardboard and I hung it on the box with a thread and I wrote on it opened bags. I have here another wooden box and I did the same thing with my closed bags. I always buy stuff and I don't open them or use them right away, so I arranged them in a box and hung a cardboard and wrote what's inside. Here I wrote closed bags. And now to organize my spices, I bought this spice organizer. You can store in it up to 16 different spices. I'm sure that you can find it anywhere. So for labeling each kind of spice, I cut a piece of golden tape, the same one I used earlier, and I wrote the kind of spice with a marker. I also wrote down on the white sticker the expiry date of each spice and stuck it on the bottom of the container. Now I use a lot more than 16 spices. So for the rest of the spices I upcycled some jars I already had and I wanted them to be the same size and the same shape, so that's what I used. And I did the same thing with the labeling. I used the gold tape and I wrote down the kind of the spice with a marker. And sometimes I end up with some leftover spices in its original package. So for those bags, I used a regular plastic basket and I stored them in it. So whenever I need a refill, I just grab the basket, get what I want, and then return it back to its place. And here you can see the spice organizer on the counter, and just on top of it, there are the rest of the spices. They are all close to each other for easy access. Now I'm gonna move on to show you how I stored the rest of the goodies in the pantry. And now you will see down on the screen the picture before. So what I did was so simple. I just grabbed some plastic baskets from the dollar store and I organized things by categories that make sense to me. So the first one was for the tahini, coconut oil, rose water, orange blossom water, and Nutella. The second basket was for coffee and tea. So here I have some pomegranate tea. They don't come in separate bags, so I had to put them in a jar, in a separate jar. I also have the sugar, coffee, black tea, green tea. And the third basket was for baking stuff. So you can see here all the store-bought Jello, Dream Whip. Also I put in the cocoa powder, baking soda, you know, stuff that I use in baking. And at last I was left with few things like the muffin liners, food coloring, which I put all in one separate small basket. Now this is optional, you can label each basket if you like. I didn't do it, but it's up to you. Now the last idea I want to give you, if you want more storage in your kitchen, you can make use of these wooden boxes and hang them on your wall in the kitchen. You can choose the right spot, whether it's under the cabinets or on the wall of your stovetop. Store in it whatever you want, like spices, mugs, cups, ramekins, it's really up to you. Just make sure that you drill in the wall or use some strong adhesive so that they don't fall when you put weight in them. So my lovelies, that was it for today's video. I hope that I gave you some useful tips and ideas to organize your small kitchen. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye!